Hi, everybody. I'm just going to be chatting about two things this week. First and foremost, the new Fannie Mae loan limits here in California and San Diego, particularly, and also the changing market to, now what's really a buyer's market. So, number one, Fannie Mae made a big announcement on Friday. They've increased the loan limits in San Diego County for a conforming loan up to 715 and for a high balance conforming loan up to 971. If you're not in San Diego County, just so you know, they've increased the loan limits about 10% in all counties throughout California. Now, what does that mean for you? It just means that your financing got cheaper if you're at the higher values of these ranges. Number two, the market is definitely softening and is becoming more of a buyer's market. We've spent the last handful of years in a crazy market with multiple offers, bidding wars, and it's been very discouraging for buyers. So if you were one of those buyers and you were being priced out of the market, you might see that changing. We've seen, properties on the market for 60 days, 90 days. We've been seeing $100,000 price reduction. So you might find today, if you weren't able to get into escrow, that number one, your price range is getting cheaper. Number two, that you have a lot more chance of getting into escrow on a house than what you would have 6 months ago. Now, also another thing that we're seeing is we are seeing contingencies accepted. So what that means is that you, as an example, would identify the house that you really want to buy, get into escrow on that house, and then you, at that point, would list the house that you're living in order to buy the new one. Those aren't typically desirable offers to accept from a seller's perspective. However, we are seeing more and more of those accepted. So just remember, if you need to get pre-qualified or you want to see what a house payment would look like, feel free to call me. Furthermore, if you need some recommendations of a good agent, whether it's to sell your house or to potentially buy a new one, call me. I have worked with every fabulous agent here in San Diego County. I've also worked with every crappy agent. So give me a phone call. I'll definitely have some recommendations for you in the areas that you're looking. So above and beyond that, next week, I'm going to start diving into Airbnbs. I get questions about Airbnbs and VRBOs all the time. I wouldn't consider myself 100% of an expert, but I'm pretty darn knowledgeable about these things. I've owned 4 successful Airbnbs, and I can help you navigate the pros and cons of those. And I get phone calls about this all the time. So stay tuned next week for, an Airbnb video. And then above and beyond that, if you need to get pre-qualified, to look at what you think a house payment would be on your next home, feel free to call me. Have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you soon.